Greetings, gentlemen. It is I, Victor von Frankenstein, the Grateful MGTOW, back again with more content as promised. Welcome. Let's get started. So as you can all see, the article that I have posted on the live stream here, 24-year-old woman gets jailed for 30 months because of pedophile acts against a young girl. Now, this happened over in the United Kingdom, and with the changing laws that we can see happening over in the United Kingdom, I feel bad for you gentlemen across the ocean there. There's some crazy shit going on in the United Kingdom, and that stuff is gonna sooner or later find its way over here to America. It's guaranteed. It's this type of manipulative behavior that is at the basis of female nature. They manipulate each other to become feminists, to become these environmental terrorists. This type of manipulation, I would like to think, is another direct result of more and more men going MGTOW. And as more men continue to walk away from this female degeneracy that is going on in the current world, in the current Western civilization, we're going to see more and more of this type of behavior happen. They're going to get desperate. They know that they've ran their course, and there's no more men to be their workhorses, to be their mules, to be their slaves, to provide them with the resources. And they know that they got to go out there and actually do the work themselves. And they can't do it. They cannot keep up and compete with men. And the more men that continue to walk away and leave them in these positions of desperation, we're going to see more and more of this type of degenerate pedophile bullshit going on. We've already seen it happen so many times with these women in teaching positions going after little boys. But now they're starting to eat each other. Literally and figuratively. But if you take a look at any of the mainstream media out there, I'm talking about not just the news cycles, but when it comes to movies and video streaming, you look at Netflix and you look at the message that they're putting out there. They just put another drag queen uplifting bullshit video onto Netflix. Something about I don't know, Elliot and the drag queen or some shit like that. But it's a drag queen and a little boy. I don't know what the story's about, and I don't really give two shits. But when you see the left using children as their scapegoats, as their stool pigeons, to prop them up and put them forward, people like Greta Thunberg, you have TED Talks talking about how pedophilia is a sexual orientation. Now, we all know as men that that's bullshit. That is outright degeneracy and just disgusting behavior. But the more that the left keeps pushing these types of agendas, we know the people that it's going to affect most, and it's going to affect women. And because they can't think for themselves, because they have this hive mind, They're the ones that will slowly but surely devolve into these degenerate states. You can see it everywhere. This climate change activism, the feminazi marches and movements. Sooner or later, they're not going to have any men, any slaves to back them up, because we're waking up every single day and we're seeing what's actually happening. And there's a lot of men that are putting their foot down and saying, I'm done. I'm walking the fuck away. And truly, that's the only thing that we have left to do, gentlemen. I've advocated for it since the inception of my channel. The one true thing that I believe is that monk mode is the only way. Now, I understand there's a lot of people that come into the community and they try to push purple pill agendas, and they try to think that it's all right for men to have girlfriends and still consider themselves MGTOWs. And there's a few exceptions, very few. I will give a shout out to MGTOW Values. Truly appreciate that gentleman's content, and I understand that he's married in a different country, but he's an exception to the rule. The majority, especially these young men that come into the community talking about they've got a girlfriend and how it is that we can push the idea that we're just going to stop procreating. And I understand the no true Scotsman fallacy, but I will say this. There is only one true MGTOW in my mind, and that is the MGTOW that chooses to walk away completely, focusing completely on themselves and their path, building themselves up, helping other men to wake up and to build themselves up. Because the more that you associate with these women, the greater risk that you put yourself at. And with the changing laws that are coming, especially in the United Kingdom, as we can see, they are going to manipulate anything and everything that they possibly can so that they can enslave men, so that they can put you under their thumb. That is their sole agenda. Feminism in the word itself is not about equality. And anybody that believes that it is about equality, you are either stupid, ignorant, or you're just plain blind to the fact that it is about a supremacy movement. Women are solely seeking domination and dominion over men. You know, it's a crazy world. I see a lot of shit going on. Make observations on a daily basis. And there's a lot of changes that I've been trying to make for myself. Really had to analyze some things that I've been thinking about lately, and I had to look at the things that I truly enjoy in this life. And the one thing that I really miss doing is making art. I've heard it so many times from some of my favorite creators, you know, TFM. You know, figure out the things that you really enjoy doing. Try to make a living out of it. Now, I'm gonna continue to go to work, my 9-to-5 day job every day, because it pays the bills. But I'm really contemplating getting back into doing art. I was a tattoo artist for a long time, and I don't want to do that anymore. That business has been overran by women also. I watched the one thing that I loved, the tattooing industry itself. It was a place for men back in the day. Women weren't even allowed in the tattoo shops unless they had a husband with them back in the day. And slowly but surely I watched the tattoo industry and the tattoo artists of old slowly but surely start bringing women in. And I understand why they did it. Because they were simps. Because they wanted the attention of a female. They couldn't just take on another apprentice and hand down the torch to another man. So they started bringing women in. And then they started allowing women in without having a husband there. And we now see what's going on these days. Women tattooed everywhere. There's a lot of them. They get the same bullshit. It's because they're not original in their thoughts. They mimic each other. They have that hive mind, that hive mentality. They're followers. Every single one of them, they follow each other. They don't know how to create their own path. They don't know how to self-actualize. Not like men. We have that capability. I've really been thinking that I'm gonna go back to silk screening. I'm gonna start making designs, and I'm gonna set up a little shop in my garage. And I am going to make designs that some people may find offensive or whatever. And I will cater to other men. Men in the MGTOW community. Men in the Red Pill community. And I'll post some videos of some of my artwork once I get my setup reset back up. But it's been a while. But I need to find that artistic outlet. Something that I enjoy doing. And if I can make a few bucks on the side, providing a service, then so be it. That's, just a little extra for me. But I will make sure that everything that I use is American made. And I will not use any type of female-sponsored bullshit. Try to support other men out there. At some point in time, we got to build that path for ourselves, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. Build a path for myself. Do something that I enjoy doing and have enjoyed doing in the past. Try to make a positive movement. Find a way to spend my time doing something good. Good for myself, good for other men, good for America. Keep my time devoted to something other than focusing on these degenerate females out there. It's gonna get worse, gentlemen. It will just keep continuing down this path. The more deranged that these females become, the worse it will get. We'll see these types of stories show up more and more. I guarantee you that. Well, shit, gentlemen. The snow is thick out there and it's wet and heavy, and I think I'm gonna get to doing some shoveling. Just wanted to pop in here, let everybody know that I'm still around, and I got I got a video in the works. I know I was gonna release it last weekend, and there's just, man, it's a complicated one, and a lot of editing, and I really needed to make sure that I got this one right, so took a little more time with it, and I still got to do a little bit of some finishing touches on it. So I'll be releasing content as I'm able to. I mean, editing and being a one-man show and having to go and, do the day job, it consumes time. Everything consumes time. And my time is valuable to me. But I enjoy doing it. And this next one should be, it's going to be a long one. It's already pretty long, and I've tried to condense it as most I possibly can without leaving anything out, because this one definitely really it hits home. As I've talked before about how music has always been a very deep part of my life. I'm not one person that just listens to one type of music. I listen to all genres pretty much, with the exception of a few. And there's a few of those artists, they were dropping red pills even way back in the day. And Pink Floyd, I definitely would say, is one of them. Now, that's one of those things where, if there's somebody I ever came across and I was like, yeah, Pink Floyd, one of the greatest bands ever, and they're, I don't like them. Like, if you can honestly say that you don't like Pink Floyd, I can honestly say that I don't fucking like you. But shit, gents. It's always good to get on here, have a little chat with you gentlemen. I always appreciate you guys' feedback, any commentary, any ideas for improvement. I'm always very appreciative of it. I do what I can, and we'll continue on here in 2020 and see what the future brings. Now, personally, I don't see a whole lot of great things coming our way as men coming down the pipeline. We can see a lot of bullshit that's already going on in the United Kingdom. And that shit will cross the big river there, over here into America. And even over in Virginia, there's a lot of crazy shit going on over there with the Second Amendment and the Equal Rights Act that just got ratified. And maybe there's a double-edged sword to that, and it might cut both ways onto those females. I don't think they quite understand that shit, but it's hard to say how things get manipulated. That's the problem with laws and the perceptions of reality. People have these ideas, these great ideas, and we all know about ideas and intentions. People can have the greatest ideas and intentions for those ideas, but in the end, sometimes they're manipulated into very destructive ends. But yeah, just wanted to share that article with you gentlemen. It was pretty recent. And you notice that she only got 30 months. 30 months in jail for sexually abusing a 13-year-old girl. Now, we all know if a man were to commit that same act, you think that they would get 30 months? Hell fucking no, they wouldn't. But now they want to say that a man that holds money back from women over in the United Kingdom well, you're going to go to jail. Now, how long do you think that men will actually have to sit in jail when they are accused of these types of crimes against women? Think it's going to be 30 months? I fucking highly doubt it. I'll just say this, gentlemen. Y'all better buckle up. And as I've said before many times, just walk away, men. I will tell you, I am a much happier and a much more productive human being ever since I decided to just completely turn my back, walk away, not even associate with them. I mean, I understand there's some times where I don't have a choice in it, at work, stuff like that, whatever. But I keep it to the absolute minimum. I keep it to such a minimum that it is always professional. And when I'm out in the real world and I'm not at work, where I don't have to act professionally, I won't even look them in the eye. I won't even give them the time of day. I sure in the fuck ain't holding open no doors for them fucking bitches. Strong, independent motherfuckers. They can do anything and everything on their own, including burning themselves right into the fucking ground. And it'll continue. The more they empower these women, and the more that the hive mind that they have spreads to each other, and we all know how they are. Gossip behind everybody's fucking back. Morning, Aaron. It's pretty snowy and a little chilly out here today. I gotta go and get some shoveling done. And I gotta get some finishing touches on this video that I've been editing for now 2 weeks. It's a long one, and it had a lot. There was a lot involved in it. As one man doing it on my own, it's tough, but like I said to the gentleman here in the chat, a few of you that decided to join me, I know it's early, and I tend to wake up pretty early these days, guys, so I'm not exactly on prime time and shit. But as one man doing it, to get that message out there, to wake up even just one other man out there, I'll tell you what, gentlemen, I truly enjoy doing it. I get a little excited when I know I'm getting close to finishing a video and I can finally release it to you guys when it's these edited videos. And I do like getting on and doing a live stream. You know, I've said it, you know, in the past few videos that I won't be doing as many live streams or my chats before work, but I'll still be getting on here, doing a live stream, and when I do, I'm going to try to actually interact with the gentleman in the chat. MGTOW Light says, "Great stream, Victor. Greetings from the UK. Everything you said was true. Hard to be a red pill man here." Yeah, I don't even know what to say to you brothers over there in the United Kingdom. I mean, you guys have an uphill battle facing you. And it's going to get worse. It will. And I can't stress it enough. The most important thing that a man can do these days to preserve his own sovereignty and to protect himself and to find that self-actualization and the path not to stray is to just walk away. I understand it is a difficult thing, especially for younger men. 11:30 a.m. Saturday morning, 12:37 a.m. Sunday. Damn, we got people from all over. Yeah, I can't stress it enough. You know, the most important thing, like I was saying, it is a difficult choice to make. It truly is. When I first had the thought in my mind and I was like, I'm done, I am completely walking away. And this was about 9 years ago now. I'll say about 8 years ago. Like I that first year, I was still thinking in my mind, like, maybe date or whatever. And I slowly started seeing red pill content as I was searching for things like Alan Watts and philosophy. And as I slowly started getting red pilled, I realized very quickly, and after I started seeing exactly what was happening, especially on the feminist front and the ABC mafia, I could see where things were going, and I knew. I was like, you know what? Doesn't matter about what other people think. This is the choice that I have to make for myself, and I'm glad that I did. And yes, it was it's a difficult thing to try to rewire the brain and the biology of our nature, and to just walk away. There's so many things that try to call us back. That plantation dinner bell is always fucking ringing. Come and get it, boys. But as things continue to devolve, it's going to be an easier choice for every man to make out there. I know it's even more difficult for the younger men that come into this community and that find the red pill. But it will become easier for you gentlemen also, especially the older you get. You start getting up into your late 30s, and you start focusing your mental focus changes. And that is definitely true for all men. Start focusing on things. As a previous medical provider, as a surgical tech, I had to take this class, and a portion of that class talked about the levels of care based on age. And it literally taught you how to interact with patients simply based on their age, because at different ages we all have a different focus and different needs. And the one thing about men that are in their middle age, we slowly change our focus from, chasing after women and shit like that and being spontaneous. We slowly start thinking about, building ourselves up and the legacy that we're going to leave behind. Hammerhand, welcome. Glad to see you in the chat, man. That was a good chat this morning. I woke up to that, and I gave her a listen before I decided to get on here. Yeah, I posted a comment to you about this article that you can see. I saw that you posted a little something about something similar to it, and we can see where these women are going with this shit. As more men walk away, as more men wake up and realize what's at foot, turn their backs on these fucking crazy bitches out there, they're gonna get desperate, and they'll start fucking going after each other. Yeah, I might watch some of that live stream this morning. I unsubbed from Lycan Theory. I don't know. It was probably about 6-7 months ago. That whole group of people, I can't be around that kind of shit. I don't even want to involve myself in that stuff. Yeah, Watts was great. Pence, he's one of my absolute favorites. That man has such inspiring words. But yeah, JB Gunner, goddamn Rose Blades, Lycan theory, all them people, that's a very toxic environment, and it's best to turn your back on them kind of people. Any of these men that come into the community, I can see them and I can weed them out really fucking fast these days. Anybody that starts talking about dating or life coaching or fucking any of this bullshit, they're trying to get you to go back. They're grooming you to go back to the plantation. And I won't tolerate that shit. As somebody that is a firm believer in monk mode, in the path of the monk, to find that righteous path of self-actualization and self-preservation, every man needs to start preparing and come to the realization that everything the system has been designed around is designed to put you down, to put you under the thumb of this gynocentric fucking bullshit these days. You know, we only got so much time here on this green earth. And that's why I really want to refocus. I want to refocus my direction into going back into, the things that I enjoyed doing. Focusing on the artwork. I used to silk screen back in the day for the tattoo shop. We did a lot of the t-shirts and stuff like that, but those skills that I have and my artistic capability, I realize, that's a skill that I need to be I need to be focusing on that. And I need to refine those skills and then redirect them. Being able to make designs, create things that don't censor speech, that don't censor men, that promote other men, that promote America. I'm going to be buying, t-shirts that are made here in America, making designs that were created from an American. Nothing against my UK brothers or anybody else out there, but it's one of those things. We need to be creating a path for ourselves, uplifting ourselves, and just sometimes you just gotta turn your back on that on the negative fucking bullshit that's going on out there. It's difficult to do. You gotta have a certain level of it in order to open your eyes. But there's a certain level of it where, once your eyes are open, you can never close them. Because even if you do close them, you're going to see all them images in the blackness of your mind. And there's no going back, gentlemen. Once you go red pill and once you can see the truth, you can't unsee the truth. I've seen enough of it to make a decision for myself. And I made that decision a long time ago now. And that decision is definitely the best decision I've ever made. I will say to you, gentlemen, I got to get out there and get this shoveling done before this bit of rain starts freezing it up. But like always, go your own way, gentlemen. Just got to walk away. At some point in time, it has to be a choice. And nobody else can make that choice for you. You are the only person that is in control of your own destiny. You're the only person that is responsible for you. The best choice that you could ever make for yourself is to walk away. Build yourself up. Find the path. Find things that make you happy truly in this life. Enjoy the time that you have. The short time that you have here on this earth. I hope you gentlemen are doing well. I'm gonna get this shit done, and hopefully by Sunday that editing will be finished, and I'll be able to release a video to you guys. I really hope you enjoy this one, because it took me a while. It took me a long while to do the editing on this one, so guess we will see you gentlemen soon. Y'all have a great day.